Corey Phillip with Advanced Racing Suspensions. We're going to talk about quarter midget shock valving today. We've been building the quarter midget shock for over 15 years, and we use the same body as we did 15 years ago, but virtually every part inside the shock is different than it was initially. The pistons have changed, the check valve changed, all the valving's changed, but we still use the same body. So what's nice about that is you can have a shock that's several years old, and we can update it to a current valve, so it's just like a brand new shock, even though it has an old body. Quarter midget shock numbering system is pretty simple. We stamp the numbers on the closure node of the shock, so every time we build a shock or revalve a shock, it'll always have the correct valving on the closure node of the shock. If it has a single number, like a number 3, that shock will be a 3 on rebound and a 3 on compression. If it's stamped a 3/4, the first number is the rebound, and then the last number after the slash will be the compression. We currently build two different designs of shocks. We build the M1X and the M1 valving. That'll also be stamped on the closure node of the shock, showing you what style of valving it is. So it's real simple. If your shock is not stamped with the M1 or M1X, it's an older design shock. When you're deciding on the valving of a quarter midget shock, there are several things that you have to consider. One is what class you're going to run. Not only do you have the difference in speed, but also you have the difference in the grip required in the two classes. Another factor is the weight of the driver. In the light classes, you can have a driver that weighs 95 pounds versus a driver that weighs 55 pounds. Or even more dramatically, in the heavier classes, you can have a driver that weighs 155 pounds versus a driver that's 105 pounds. That's huge, whenever you have a driver that has a lot of upper body weight and creates a lot of weight transfer. Also, one of the big factors, of course, is dirt versus asphalt. And then another factor is, a banked racetrack versus a flat racetrack. Where a flat racetrack is going to take more weight transfer, in a bank track, you're trying to free the car up because the car is so stuck. Okay, the standard baseline for the shock valving of a light car on asphalt is on the left front, a number 3, on the right front, a number 3, on the left rear, number 2-3, and the right rear, a number 3. And that combination works at 75–80% of the racetracks, and it is a good baseline that you can't get in trouble with. But then we're going to talk about some of the fine-tuning of shocks and some of the advantage of changing the shocks to different valving. We'll start off with the right rear, which is the easiest corner to tune on, because you're either looking for more traction or less traction with the right rear. So starting with a 3 baseline, if we need more traction, we go to the 4 rebound with a 3 compression. This is going to create more traction, more grip in the right rear. It's great for in the spring when the tracks are cold, in the fall when the tracks are cold, where you're begging for grip. As the racetracks start warming up and you're not needing that extra grip, you'll probably don't want to run that 4-3 combination. And then also another combination on the right rear is just the opposite. It's a 3 rebound with a 4 compression. And with that combination, you're going to free the right rear up. You're going to make it so it's not as tight through the corners, and basically have more speed on a hot, fast, rubber down situation. The right front baseline is a number 3, and that's what we use at most racetrack situations. But sometimes we'll actually need to make the car so it doesn't be so tight in the middle of the corner on a banked racetrack. So we'll go to a 3 rebound with a 4 compression. And then even on tracks like Kalamazoo, Orange Show, or Mini Indy, where you have a lot of bank, we'll go to a 3 rebound with a 5 compression. And that makes the car so it doesn't dig into the racetrack and be slow in the middle of the corner. On the left rear, we start with a 2 rebound, 3 compression. That is our baseline shock valving. After that, if you're wanting to tune with that corner, you might possibly try number 3. Number 3, what that's going to do is it's going to free the car up on entry and tighten the car up on exit versus the 2/3. And another situation is if you're needing more transfer to the right front to try to get the car to turn in the middle of the corner, you might even go to a 1 rebound, 3 compression. That has a maximum amount of weight transfer to the right front corner and will make the car turn better. Will also free the car up off the corner. Only one problem is that 1-3 is not really good on rough racetracks because you've compromised some of the dampening in the shock. The left front baseline is also a number 3. Well, this is a corner that we changed quite a bit, and it's a big tuning tool on a quarter midget. We'll actually go to a 2 rebound with a 3 compression to get more traction on the right rear, and then sometimes we'll even go to a 1 rebound, 3 compression on racetracks that you're really begging for grip and you're trying to get the thing to have more traction middle and off. Just the opposite, if you got a racetrack that's real rubbered up and you're trying to free the car up, we'll actually go to a stiffer rebound. We'll go to a 4 rebound with a 3 compression, and this will help free the car up on extreme heavy or rubber down situation. On quarter midgets on dirt tracks, we use the M1X valving. It seems to have the most grip and seems to be the best combination for most dirt tracks. We'll start off with the number 3 valving on the right rear, the number 3 valving on the right front, and then we'll use the number 2-3 on the left front and the number 2-3 on the left rear. This is a good combination on most dirt track situations. But if we're tuning and we're trying to get the maximum for the track conditions, on the right rear, a lot of times we'll go to a 4 rebound with a 3 compression. This gives us a little more grip on those racetracks where you need more traction. And then on the left rear, sometimes we'll take and we'll go from the number 2-3 valving to a number 1-3 valving. And this creates more transfer to the right front. Lets the car turn better in the middle of the corner. The only problem is on a rough racetrack, you got to be careful. The 1 rebound, 3 compression doesn't have as much dampening, and sometimes you get wheel hop on a rough racetrack. On the right front, we'll actually go from a 3 valving to a 4-3 valving. The 4 rebound, 3 compression makes the car turn better and be more positive on the nose. The only downside to that is it gives up some traction on corner exit. On the left front, we'll also go to a 1 rebound, 3 compression, and this shock also creates more transfer to the right rear and sometimes is a ticket for driving off the corner. On quarter midgets where you're running the heavy classes, we run the M1 valving. The M1 valving really keeps the car freed up on asphalt and tends to not slow down on long runs. So the M1 valving is the ideal valving curve for that situation. As the chart shows, we start with a number 4 on the left front, a number 4 on the left rear, a number 3-5 on the right front, and a number 3-5 on the right rear. And that's our standard combination in most situations. If we're going to tune with this corner, we'll start with the right rear. We'll actually take and put a number 4 on the right rear for racetracks where you need a little more traction and a little more grip. Another option is on the right front, we'll take the 3-5 and back it down to a 3-4 to make the car turn better, but yet still have a little split valve and keeping it freed up. On the left rear, sometimes we'll go to a 3 rebound with a 4 compression. This actually makes the car turn a little better in the middle of the corner and gets weight transfer to the right front, just for instance, so it makes the car cut better. On the left front, on some of the faster classes, we'll take the 4 valving off and go to a 3 rebound, 4 compression. And this creates a little more traction for like a heavy World Formula class where you just need a little more grip coming off the corner. When you're valving for the heavy classes on dirt, we'll actually start with a number 4 on the right front, a a number 3/4 on the right rear, a number 2/4 on the left front, and also a 2/4 on the left rear. This is a good combination at most dirt tracks. If we're going to tune from that situation, we'll take on the right rear, if we're needing more grip, we'll go to a straight 3. Or if you're needing just more dampening on a rough racetrack, we'll go to a number 4 valve. On the right front, if you need the car to turn a little better from a 4, we'll go to a number 3 valve. On the left rear, sometimes we'll take the 2/4 off and go to a straight 3. And this just has a little more dampening on a rougher racetrack. In the same situation on the left front, some racetracks just take a little more dampening, and so you have to go to a straight 3 versus a split valve shock.